Okay. Well, are you guys ready to begin?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm
Dude.
starting.
Chit Chats time.
I'm starting. Welcome back to Chit Chats, everybody. My name is Antonio.
What?
What is going on right now?
Okay.
Brennan?
If I was being this
You
loud
good?
in my house at this hour, I'd be crucified.
We're good.
Did
Okay,
we
I'm gonna
start the
start
Chit
the
Chat?
intro again.
Yes, we're good.
No, I think
Okay.
that was the intro. I
No,
think
that
we
was
should
the
just keep
okay.
it. That was the intro.
Yeah, no, you guys didn't say your parts though. We can't start until
Uh,
you say your parts.
I'm Brennen.
Okay,
That's
well,
Donavan. We have a
yep.
good time. Chit chats.
All
Fuck yeah.
right, all right.
No,
Let's do Chit
Works for
Chat.
me. All
The
right,
Chit
cool.
Thank you for the Chit Chat.
Thank you for the chit
if you
chat.
can't, are we actually recording?
You know what? I'll check. I'll check live while we're recording. Yes, we are recording.
Yes, we are recording. This is the one that's going up.
It is. Yeah,
Only
this
reason
is.
I'm asking that, if you can't tell already, we've already had technical difficulties, so we're already just done.
Yeah,
Let's try it again tomorrow
I think
night. This is going
the
awful.
most disheartening thing was when we recorded like an hour-long chit chats one night, and the whole time it was not recording.
Oh God.
That was just like that made my heart sink. So we're not gonna let that happen again. That being said,
Yeah.
this is Chit Chats. You know what it is. We're doing another tier list today, guys, because we do those sometimes on this channel. Woo! And guys, as you guys know, we've done a Mario game tier list, and a Zelda game tier list, and a Pokemon game tier list. But you know what else? We've never done just a tier list of the freaking consoles that these games are on. And I feel like we're overdue to do something like that. So Nintendo console tier list. That's the video. That's the video, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you
In
clicked
case you
on.
can't freaking read.
That's what you came here to see. So that's what we're gonna give you. That's what I'm gonna give Donovan and Brennan right now. They're gonna see the screen. I got a nice little display of 13 Nintendo consoles here. I tried to pretty much include all of them. I will clarify. I did not include console revisions of specific consoles, as in new Nintendo 3DS to the Nintendo 3DS, DSi to DS, stuff like that. But other than
How
that,
dare you? How dare you?
everything
So are
we-
we just okay? Just to set the ground rules, are we just considering what the picture is of, not the entire family of consoles?
in my opinion, at least when I rank them, I want to consider everything in the line, everything in the family.
Okay.
For me, I'm going to be considering everything, every console in the family, the games that are on that specific system that were made for that specific system, and also just overall how just fun time playing it, abilities of the console, stuff like that.
Okay. Question
What's
before
up?
we start. Virtual Boy?
Yeah, Virtual Boy.
Okay. All right. I won't question it. I guess.
We got that, but we will cross that bridge when we get to it.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
We could just start. We could
Can we
either.
start? Are we gonna do it in order or what?
Well,
In order of
that's the question. Is if you guys would rather do them in chronological order or alphabetical order. However, the more I think about it, the more I feel like we should go in chronological order. But
I feel like we should too.
okay, in that case,
You
let me
do not.
let me make a slight revision to this. Tell me if
Okay.
I'm getting anything wrong.
Well,
Hello?
NES, SNES. I think it was Game Boy.
Okay. Then I think it
think.
was this, and then I think it was that, and then
I thought Game Boy Color. No, that's right. You're right.
and then I think it was this, and then it was that one, and then it was that one. I'm pretty sure that's
Mhm.
the order. If I'm
I think
wrong,
you're correct.
shoot me and bury me. Don't actually do that. Okay.
God damn.
Guys, let's get into this. What do we think about the NES? The original Nintendo.
one of the grandfathers of gaming.
It is I would argue that it is well, okay, not the grandfather.
No,
You're right.
because
You're right.
the OG is Pong.
You're right. You're right. You got a point. Yeah. But in terms of yeah, in terms of Nintendo consoles in general, this
It is
is
the
the grandfather.
grandfather.
Unless you want to
The
count Game
elder.
and Watch. I didn't put Game and Watch on here. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't think
dare
it
you.
should be on here. I don't think it should be on there. No,
How
no,
dare you?
no. That came out in 2021. That doesn't even. We're not even talking about that.
It's still a Game and Watch.
Um. Oh, goody! The screen froze. Okay, we're back. Um. So the Nintendo. We didn't even like rank any of them before that happened.
Yeah.
All right. So here's my dilemma with the NES. It is one of the grandfathers of like video games in general. However, in terms of like the games that are on it, I feel like we've come so far since then that it's like I feel like it's towards the bottom half of the list for me. You know?
Mhm.
Like the
I
games are
agree.
great, but I
I
feel like
mean, it did like set the standard and like set so many like series into order. You know, like
that's
the series that are still they're on that console. Like a lot of them are still going today.
true. And for the era, I'd argue that the Nintendo Entertainment System was probably the best console like out there. I mean, like
Yeah, at the
I feel like
time.
that's not a controversial take, but um, I don't know. This is tough for me. I feel like I'm thinking like B or C tier,
Yeah,
just because I feel like games have just evolved so much, like naturally that we have much better games now. That being said, the games are still really good.
I feel like my dad would put it in S tier, but like I'm not my dad,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
sorry, Dad. I'm a disappointment.
Yeah, he's watching right now and he's shaking his head.
Dude,
Yeah.
no way. So am I.
Oh well, where would you put it, Brennan? Huh?
Dude, wow, we have so many comments. Yeah, wait, Brennan, what's your hot take about the NES? If you have
Um,
one.
he just, he just eats.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have a hot take.
Hmm.
He just wants to eat.
I got out of work late. All right. Honestly, I can understand like what you're talking about, Antonio, but like where it comes from, but like
Hmm.
how it's kind of held up. Oh, really? Okay. I feel like I love the console too much that I cannot accept it being anything lower than a B.
I mean, so
I mean,
here,
I was
here
between B and C.
here's my dilemma is that I grew up with it, and so did you, Brennan. But Antonio did not, and
I
so
did
I
not.
have like nostalgia for it. Like just the
Hmm.
little machine is like so nostalgic to me.
Hmm. Full
But
disclosure,
maybe not for you. So maybe you would put it lower
a good
than
amount of
us.
these consoles I've never played before, so I will say that.
Yeah,
Like the actual consoles, I played the games obviously, but
yeah. A lot
There
of
is only one of these I have not played.
I feel like I know which one it is. That's impressive though. I've literally yeah. We'll get to it when we get to it. I think I'm cool with B if you guys want to do B for the NES.
I think B
I
is
think that's
fair.
actually pretty on the nose fair. So
I think
Yeah.
it would be an A tier for me, but what brings it down for me is the fact that they keep re-releasing the games on it over and over again, and like none of the games from the other consoles, and like it gets kind of annoying because you get kind of tired of those
seen
games.
Super Mario Bros. Re-release over and over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of annoying.
yeah. But Still a great console. Still definitely love the NES. Now the SNES, I'd argue, is possibly an S tier, if not, then an A tier.
There's a lot of great games on the SNES, and I feel like a lot of a lot of the games are like they refine the mechanics and everything from like the NES games, and then just like make it better. Like if you think of like A Link to the Past, it's just like a better version of The Legend of Zelda. If you think of like Super Metroid, it's just a better version of Metroid.
Super Mario World is like
Yeah.
one of the best Mario games,
Hmm.
like 2D Mario games.
And a lot of games on the SNES still hold up super well.
They do. That's very true. You can't say that about some of the games on the NES. You can say that about a lot, because the thing is like a lot of like indie games nowadays, they almost have like an SNES feel to them because that's how good they hold up.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
I
would
agree.
put it S
When
tier.
I think of like old
Hmm.
school video games, I think of the SNES. I don't really think of the NES because
Hmm.
the SNES
Well,
did it better.
I think of both, but
Mm.
that's fair. Brendan, you have any takes? Feel free to speak up whenever you want.
Oh, I'm just letting you two talk for a while because it lets me a chance to eat, and then I just talk when you
I
guys
feel okay. I see. I got you.
talk.
If you have, yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, if you
Well,
have anything to
at
say, you
least
can.
give
But
us the placement. Where would you put it on the list?
um,
if you want to be controversial, you can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I really want to say S tier, but for me, I think it's probably an A tier.
D?
Like a high. No, A.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't know
Yeah,
why I heard
I
D.
I agree with that. It's not S tier for me either. It's A.
Like it's
That's
very
fair.
very close. It's like about to spill into S tier, but not quite.
That's fair,
Yeah.
honestly. I think I just wanted to put it in S tier because it starts with an S. I just thought, it was fitting. I don't know.
Oh yeah, same
But
like we did
Sure.
with with the NES.
yeah, it starts with a
The
B.
finesse, the
Yeah,
finesse,
exactly. Yeah.
the basic Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yes. The bitchin' Nintendo Entertainment System.
Bitchin'.
All right, so we'll have that placement now. Now moving on to the Game Boy, the poster child of handheld gaming, even nowadays, I would argue.
It was, wasn't it? Wasn't it the first handheld other than the Game and Watch?
Well,
Think
I
so.
don't know, to be honest, but like it's definitely like the definitive like handheld. Well, that's not okay. I'm using that
No,
word
it
in the wrong
is
way.
because there's a story behind it. Like the creator of the Game Boy, he saw people playing with a calculator on the train, and he was like, "That's fucking stupid. What if we just
Well,
made a console?"
that was I thought that was backstory for the Game and Watch specifically. I don't know, but I thought
No,
that's
it was the Game Boy. You're wrong.
shoot me and bury me, I guess. Uh,
Yeah, I will.
that's I don't know why that's my new catchphrase in the night. Um, that being said, like as much as I think the Game Boy is like it defined a lot of like the handheld video game in a way, I feel like a lot of the games on it don't hold up super well. Um,
I
Yeah,
know we'll I know we'll get there when we get there, but I feel like I love the Game Boy, but I feel like its later relative stepped up so much what
oh
it was
yeah,
capable of that
hmm,
definitely.
it's like it's amazing. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree
This
with
is
you.
definitely one that was like, it gets held back by what it can do.
Yeah, but for the time it was really good. So it's like I don't know. And it also lasted a long time. The Game Boy, like, as a console, lasted like 10 years. Like, over 10 years, I feel like.
Damn. Even before the color came out.
Okay, don't quote me on it, but, like, it lasted a long time. Because, like, it
Hmm.
came out in, like, 88, I want to say, around then. And
Sounds right.
Pokemon was coming out on it in, like, 98, I'm pretty sure, around then. So, like,
Yeah.
it was a long time.
Wow.
That being
I
said,
never thought about that.
I feel like Brennan is pretty accurate with what he said. I feel like the later Game Boys are way better. And the later Game Boys can play Game Boy games. So, like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's either a C or a D. Yeah, that's right. I'm dipping into D territory.
I don't think it's bad, but I would put it in D too.
Yeah, it's not bad. I don't think any of these are bad. That's
Well, what about the next one?
well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I mean, we're about to get to it, but I don't know. If I feel bad to put it in D, but like if you guys aren't going to object to it, then I'm gonna put it in D.
I agree.
Okay.
Like you said, it's not a bad console. It's just compared to how it held up, especially with its two later siblings.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So.
All right, moving on. Virtual Boy, F. All right, moving on. Nintendo 64.
We're just not going to discuss the Virtual. I mean, I played the Virtual Boy once.
You played the Virtual Boy?
Yeah, I played it once. I played I don't remember what it was, but I played it at they had like this Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and I went there one year and I played a game on it, and I didn't even play it for that long, and it gave me a headache, just like everybody said. So.
Exactly. And how many other Nintendo consoles give you a headache?
The 3DS sometimes.
The 3DS sometimes. Okay, fair enough. But the Virtual Boy also only has like what, 20 games?
It has Wario Clash.
It has Water World.
Water World. It has like Mario something.
It has Wario Land, Mario Tennis, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's Wario Clash, right? Like Wario.
I don't know. I thought that they had a Wario Land game on the Virtual Boy. I don't know.
Right, but I thought it was called Wario Clash.
It could be.
Mario?
It could be. I'm not sure. You might be right. I don't know. Either way, I feel like the Virtual Boy. I feel like, is there anything inherently like valuable about the Virtual Boy that makes it
there's nothing. There is nothing redeemable about it. It was a commercial failure, and nobody bought it, and that's why it's an F tier.
And that's why it's an F tier. I don't think that that's controversial.
No.
It was called Wario Land.
It was called Wario Land.
Yeah, Wario Land for the Virtual
If the Virtual Boy had Wario Clash, it would have been D tier. But because it doesn't have Wario Clash, it's F tier.
It has Mario Clash though.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't care about that. So.
Yeah, I don't either.
All right.
Although I will say that it would be really cool if they ported the Wario Land game over to like modern consoles. I think
I agree. But see, then they would have to acknowledge the Virtual Boy's existence, and I don't think the Nintendo wants to do that.
They did it in Tomodachi Life.
That's true. That's actually really true. And also,
I forgot about
in Animal Crossing New Leaf, they had a Virtual Boy item.
And in Game & Wario, in the Gamer game.
Okay. Then I don't know what Nintendo's problem is. Why don't they just port the game but make it color instead of red and black?
I think it's like an in-house meme, for all the employees at Nintendo. They all just meme on the Virtual Boy.
You're probably exactly right, dude.
Yeah. Moving on.
Okay, moving on. The Nintendo 64.
S tier.
S tier, really?
Yes.
I don't know if I would say that.
What?
Fuck you.
That's only because it has Ocarina of Time on it. That's the only reason I'm saying that.
It has Mario 64, Donkey Kong 64, Mario Kart 64.
Mario Kart 64 is like the worst Mario Kart. I'm sorry.
Damn. Hot takes coming, spitting hot takes.
Why am I part of this show?
Worse than Super Circuit.
I didn't, Brennan, I'm going to be honest. I didn't know you had such an affinity for the Nintendo 64.
I love the Nintendo. That was the console I grew up playing.
That makes sense. I thought you, okay. Yeah, I thought you grew up playing the NES, because I know you played Zelda, The original
Oh,
Zelda.
I only played that whenever I got the chance. Whenever I went over to my grandpa's who had it.
Okay. So
That was later on, but like the one I played the most of was an N64.
I see.
Remember, my first ever video game played was Ocarina of Time. Remember?
Right. Okay.
Or my first Zelda game.
Right.
So that was my first introduction to a Nintendo console.
See, I feel
That's
like
fair. You grew up with it, so there's going to be nostalgia
there's
goggles.
nostalgia
But
bias, right?
let's look at how is it really that great? Is it really that great?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's
You know
good.
what? I can't change his mind. I wouldn't change his mind because I'm not a bad person. So I'm still gonna say
Well,
C tier.
I am a bad person, so I am going to try to convince Brennan. Look,
All right, go ahead.
okay, well, here's the thing. I don't think the Nintendo 64 is bad. I actually think I think a lot of people think it's worse than it is. Like I think like games like Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64 are redeemable, but like there are a lot of things about the N64 that are objectively like it does make it worse than other consoles.
Yeah,
Not very much third party support. Graphics were
it's
pretty
like
rough.
it's like the NES but for 3D games.
Exactly. And that being said, like the games that came out on it, like from Nintendo, were amazing. Like
Okay,
genre.
I
I
feel like
get it. I
okay.
get
I
it. It
feel
sucks.
like
Put it in C tier, you fucking crooks.
I
I
wasn't gonna say it should go in C tier.
Donovan said D tier.
no, I said C tier.
Okay.
It's not D tier. It's not D tier.
You say C tier, Donovan. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Yeah, it's
I
between B
feel
and
like
C for
okay,
me.
it does have a lot of good games like Mario
Mhm.
64 and Ocarina of Time, obviously, but like I feel like comparatively, like to some other consoles, like it's not like above other consoles game selection. I don't feel like
No,
yeah.
I don't know. It's tough. It also has like Majora's Mask, Paper Mario is really good.
Oh, I love
Banjo Kazooie.
Paper Mario just by itself might bump it up to a B tier for me.
I really do like the original Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd be okay with B tier.
yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, honestly, I would put it in B.
Let's do B tier.
Okay, I'm gonna put it below NES though.
Yeah.
I don't know if is that. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I want to put it above or below. I
I would put it below personally.
You think
But
below?
that's just me. That's me. Yeah, I mean for me, but Brennan would put it above, so you
I'm
can
on
put it
I'm,
wherever you want.
I'm on the fence about that. We can revisit that, but for now, I'll put it there.
Go to the next console.
Okay, Game Boy Color. This is arguably not.
Game Boy
Oh
Color.
shit! You actually have fucking Game Boy Color on you.
I do, and the only game I have for it is. Can you see that? Can you see the game? It's Deer
Deer
Hunter.
Hunter. I would have expected Tetris,
Nope.
Mario Land, but no, Deer Hunter.
Deer Hunter.
This is arguably not justified to be here because you could argue that the Game Boy Color is merely a console enhancement and not a new console. But fuck you, I'm gonna put it on here anyway.
Yeah, I mean, even Nintendo themselves is kind of inconsistent with how they consider the Game Boy Color.
Yeah, I
But
don't
there
know.
were exclusive games, so I feel like you kind of gotta consider it.
There were a good amount of exclusive games too. You know what I mean?
So you
Like
could I mean, like if you're using that argument, though, you could also say the new Nintendo 3DS is
okay,
its own
I
thing.
thought about that, but how many new Nintendo 3DS games like
Um,
exclusives can you name?
Xenoblade, and that's it.
And Fire Emblem Warriors. I'm pretty sure that's or
Maybe, I don't
I
know.
don't know if it's there was a Fire Emblem game that was exclusive, but like that those are the only two I can name. Game Boy Color had Pokemon, Zelda, a Tetris game. It had more.
Yeah,
That being said, I think I'd only put it in C.
the
It's
marginal upgrade.
yeah,
Agreed. C for colored.
C for color.
Yeah.
There you go. It was written in the stars. Okay, moving on to the Game Boy Advance. I think
I like this one. This
the
one
Game
has
Boy
a
Advance.
lot of charm to me. I love
This
the Game Boy.
console is a
This
great console.
this like best version of the Game Boy, obviously.
Yeah.
Game selection is freaking incredible.
Top tier game
I
selection.
still
Well, maybe
Minish
not.
Cap is one of my favorite Zelda games. I know I haven't played a lot of Zelda
Yeah.
games, but I really do like Minish Cap.
No, I don't blame you. That's my favorite. That's my favorite 2D Zelda game. So
Um, the
All
Pokemon
the
games,
Mario Advance games.
Mario Advance games were pretty good. The Pokemon
Yeah.
games were really good.
oh, dude, Pokemon Emerald.
Pokemon Emerald is still one of the best. Well, actually, it was a really good one. What other games? Metroid Fusion.
Technically, you needed one to play The Legend of Zelda. What was the one on the GameCube that you needed to?
Oh, Four Swords.
Yeah, yeah.
Or Four Swords Adventures. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
What was what other games? Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga.
oh my god, I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
That's a great game. Oh, Metroid Fusion also.
I said that. I said Metroid Fusion.
Oh, you did? Oh,
I
shit,
did. Yeah,
sorry.
it's okay. You didn't hear me. Kirby something came out on it.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of good Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland.
yeah.
An Amazing Mirror.
Oh yeah, Amazing Mirror came out. I forgot about that.
I never played those, but I hear that they're really good. Yeah, I would put Game Boy Advance A or B. We could do A for Advance.
I would say
I would say A.
All right, A for Advance. Is it below or above the SNES though?
above for me.
Above, yeah.
Probably from yeah. That is fair.
Did either of you guys ever have a Game Boy Advance?
My mom had one and I played it.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I just
I just
stole it
played the
every
game.
time I went over to a friend's house.
I had the games and I would play it on my DS, but I never had the Game
Yeah.
Boy.
I would do that too. And like I said earlier, the Game Boy Advance can play every Game Boy game, so it's literally like the best version of the Game Boy essentially.
I kind of want one though. Like if I were to buy like a console, like an old Nintendo console, I think I'd get the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you. If you can
Yeah.
find one for a good price. I don't know like how I feel like they're pretty like probably pretty spendy if you tried to buy one, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I guess it's not too I don't know. Moving on to the GameCube. I never played an original GameCube, but I have like several GameCube games I played on the Wii. And
Mhm. I feel like the GameCube has one of the most impressive first-party outputs, despite the fact that it was a commercial failure for the most part.
was it a commercial failure? I guess
It didn't
was.
sell that well. It didn't sell
Mhm.
that well.
That's true. Comparatively to the competition, it did not sell well.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like there's so many things you can name on the GameCube that just like immediately jump to mind, like Double Dash, Sunshine, Luigi's
Smash Bros.
Mansion, Wind Waker, Melee,
Melee
Metroid Prime.
is still like one of the most like competitive esports games.
Yeah,
Not even the new Smash Brothers. I mean, the new Smash Brothers 2 probably, but like Melee is still like up there.
Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess, Wind
Sorry,
Waker.
forgot to say that one.
Pokemon Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness.
Oh,
Highlander
dude!
Giant.
Hey, we're not to that one yet. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Never played that. Still want to though.
I want to play that.
Um,
I just feel like there's so many like good games on
The
that.
original Animal Crossing. I mean, come on,
Mhm.
man.
Dude, yeah.
Actually, in Japan, it was on the N64. Actually,
You know what? Because you said that, GameCube is F tier. Just kidding.
No.
I would put the GameCube in probably A. Maybe even S. I don't know.
I was
I
gonna
think-
say yes.
I think this is an S for me.
I feel like I don't know, like the GameCube is just so iconic. I feel like even though they still sell GameCube controllers for Christ's sake. Like the controller is even still like
Yeah.
Yeah,
The-
the GameCube controller is one of the most iconic. They literally released the GameCube controller just because people are like, Nintendo was like, I know for a lot of you playing Smash without a GameCube controller is like, you know.
exactly, yeah. So it's like, come on. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm cool with having it in S, honestly.
It's also like I feel like that's the most mysterious Nintendo console to me because I haven't played a lot of the games on it, and I really want to.
They're just hard to get a hold of because Nintendo doesn't re-release them ever.
No,
Besides, like,
that's true. That's like the one console that they have not done Virtual Console for.
they literally bounced around it too. They were like, "Oh, N64, Game Boy Advance, DS." Like they literally
Yeah,
skipped.
Wii.
Yeah, Wii. It was annoying, man. But maybe someday, maybe once it gets old enough.
I hope that they just do like they just add N64 and GameCube at the same time to the service and like do just a big update. But I feel like they won't because GameCube games are kind of like they have enough substance to them to where like I feel like they would just put out like a remaster instead.
Yeah, they could do like I feel like they should. Well, actually, yeah, no, you're right. I just remembered Pikmin. Pikmin came out on
Yeah.
GameCube originally.
Yeah,
Oh shit!
And
Yeah.
Pikmin's freaking goated.
Yeah.
Pikmin.
All right.
Chibi Robo. Also.
Moving on, Chibi Robo. Moving on, Chibi Robo. Where are we ranking it?
Where's Chibi Robo?
The Nintendo DS. Possibly my favorite handheld console of all time. I think
Definitely like the console on this list that I have the most nostalgia for, I think.
same here. Because I think the DS was like the first console I ever owned myself like entirely.
See, and okay, this is fun because now we can start like also taking into consideration like the extra features that each of the consoles have. Because this was the first one that had online play, that had picture chat.
I don't know if this
That's
is your
about
guys'
it.
most nostalgic one. I'm just gonna start shit talking it like you did mine. So the DS could break very easily because of its dual.
Oh, all right, okay. You were waiting. You're
I mean, no, that
you
is
petty
true.
little bitch. All right.
I don't even disagree with you, Brennan, on that point. That because like
Just
my L and R buttons broke so many times on the DS.
Yeah, same.
Like that thing was built like shit.
I mean, okay, that's fair. Well, actually, no. I never that never happened to me. I don't think. That happened to me with the 3DS. That didn't happen to me with the DS. I did drop it
They're kind
though.
of built shitty.
I did drop it though, and then like the dual screens broke. That did happen.
Brennan's point exactly, but that doesn't take away.
That doesn't. I mean, that's you could basically. Oh fuck! I dropped my NES. Oh, it broke. Oh, what the fuck? Bad console. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. So I don't know. I'm trying to be
There's
like.
no point. There's no point in it now because you can play DS games on a 3DS. So instant D tier, just like the Game Boy.
Wow.
Whoa.
The pettiness. Oh my goodness. All right.
Crap.
What? That's what we said about the Game Boy.
Yeah, but
wait, you never owned a DS, did you, as a kid?
No.
That's what. That's what.
All right.
This
That is very clear. Okay.
My friend had a DS.
Okay,
And
but we haven't even listed out the games yet. We haven't listed out the games yet.
The library of games on the DS is freaking insane.
Yes. New Super Mario Bros. Mario Kart DS.
Super Mario 64
Mario
DS.
64 DS.
Call of Duty Black Ops 1 on the
Call of Duty Black Ops.
Yeah.
Personal Trainer Cooking.
Cooking Mama.
Cooking Mama.
Cooking Mama.
They had a Tinkerbell game that my sister and I played all the time.
Nintendogs.
Nintendogs.
Tinkle's Rupee Land or whatever.
Kirby
Um,
Canvas Curse.
Kirby Canvas Curse.
Kirby
Oh,
Canvas
oh,
Curse.
Brennan, Zelda, Spirit Tracks, and Phantom Hourglass.
Wait, okay, how do you feel about Spirit Tracks?
Donovan, go watch the hour-long
I
Zelda
don't
tier
remember. I
list.
don't remember. That was like literally a year ago.
Yeah, you're right. Um, yeah. So wait, so do you like Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks?
Well, I like them.
Because I never played them. I kind of want to get them though. I want to try them out.
Play Spirit Tracks. Spirit Tracks is really good.
I hear Spirit Tracks is better than Phantom Hourglass.
I've never
And
played Phantom Hourglass. I
so
don't need to.
my only problem with Spirit Tracks for me is gameplay wise and game. It's a great game. It's honestly it is a great Zelda game. It's so fucking weird for Zelda lore. Like it's just off. And like that's the only game that Malice is like the enemy, I think.
Yeah.
Spoilers. No.
Now we're just talking about the game. The
That,
game
Um,
itself.
that's what happens when I'm in a video, Donovan. We just end up talking about Zelda.
well, I do want to bring up that Brennan, you do have a point though. Like the fact that the 3DS can play pretty much every DS game, it does kind of devalue the DS a little bit because hear me out. The
It
Game Boy
also
Advance,
the DS didn't the DS also play Game Boy games though?
it did, but only Game Boy
Mhm.
Advance. But
Oh,
let's envision a hypothetical scenario here. You own a Game Boy Advance and a DS and a 3DS. You don't need the DS. If you have the Game Boy Advance and the 3DS, you can play all Game Boy games, all Game Boy Color games, all Game Boy Advance games, and all DS games and all 3DS games with
yeah,
the 3DS. You don't need the DS. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm trying to play
I
devil's
feel
advocate
like
right now.
backwards compatibility should not be like a super huge factor in when we decide the rankings because like most of them are backwards compatible.
I mean the handhelds, yeah. I mean like the thing is like well, but you were the one that said like we should take into account the extra features, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah, but like
yeah,
most of them have backwards compatibility is what I'm saying. So like, who cares?
Why did he
well,
sound like he had a lisp when he said that? Yeah, but
oh,
most of them had
yeah,
backwards
most of them
compatibility.
had. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm merely trying to like be as unbiased as I can because the DS, I had it my way, the DS would
Oh,
be
I'm extremely biased with the DS. Like I remember going to church and like all the kids would get out their DSs and play it during church. Like that shit was
See,
awesome.
but see, in terms of like playing it with friends, I have more nostalgia for the 3DS because we always used to play the
Mm.
3DS together, like at school, but not the
Yeah,
DS. You know what I mean?
I have a similar amount of nostalgia for both of them in those terms.
I'm gonna say my final ranking, and then we don't have to go with it. I think it's high B, low A.
I think it's A.
I will accept high B.
Oh, okay. Will you accept low A though?
No.
Well, shit. Well,
Damn it! Damn it!
I guess we're doing high B. I'm sorry to say, Donovan. We'll do it above the
Brennan,
NES though.
Brennan. Look at me. This is for you.
Well, speaking of
Skylanders.
Skylanders, we made it to the Wii,
The Wii.
the filthy casual console. Ew, gross, casual gamer.
Xbox 360, PS3, or Wii?
Or Wii. Well, the Wii did
Wii,
sell
though.
150 million units, so or actually, was it 150 million?
Uh,
it was pretty freaking high. Um,
definitely over 100 million.
that being said, what does that mean? Like, what are you guys thinking in terms of like, what do you think about the Wii? I have to know.
It was the first game console I actually.
It was the first game console
In general.
ever. Um, it was the first game console you owned. Is that what you said, Brennan?
Yeah.
It was the first home console I owned, so I can relate to there. I can relate there.
Yeah. Yeah, same.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
I remember.
I didn't get my own consoles growing up. I would always go over to friends and play them, or I'd borrow them.
Mhm,
That's how I played almost every Zelda on like the handhelds or Pokemon games on the handhelds, because I would just borrow theirs. I
mhm.
didn't get my own console until I got the Wii.
True. It
Well,
does have like my favorite game of all time on it, which is Super Mario
oh, yeah,
Galaxy. So,
true. And you literally have the poster right there.
yep, right there.
Um,
Out of the generation of consoles that were released during the time of the Wii, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360, Wii sold the most consoles at 101.63 million consoles.
damn.
Just below
Yeah.
it was the PlayStation 3 with 87.4, and just below that was the Xbox 360 with 84.
Yeah, it freaking
Wow.
killed in the
Well, it's just because it was the
market.
motion, the freaking, it was like the first big game that had the whole motion controls yet.
Well, and
Yeah.
then PlayStation and Xbox literally copied it because of how
Yeah.
successful it was.
Yeah,
Mhm.
remember who else remembers Xbox Connect? Was it called Xbox Connect or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck it was?
And that,
Yeah.
yeah.
my uncle had a Connect. I was freaking blown away by it, but I never had one for my own because
Dude,
I had a
we
Wii. I
used
didn't
to
need
go we used to go over to Bruin's house just to play Connect Wipeout.
one. I mean,
So
You know,
awesome.
like Connect
whenever I
games do
think of
have like a weird charm to them, but
whenever I think
Yeah.
of Xbox Connect, Antonio, all I think is back when Smosh Games was still a thing, and they did that video where they ordered Papa John's like pizza with an Xbox
well, they
Connect, and it kept like fucking up their order.
That's funny.
um
I think I do think he has like one of the best presentations. I like one of the most iconic for sure, probably because a
well
lot of people had it and they all shared that experience. But like just like all the different channels and like that
the
brings like
Me channel,
So much. The introduction of the Mii's, which
the
are still
introduction
a
of the
thing.
yeah,
Mii's.
there's so much like Nintendo charm with the Wii. And I think that's its greatest strength
I would
for me.
argue it had the most charm of any of the consoles. Like,
Yeah.
It has one of my favorite Mario games, which is the New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
yeah, I do
It
really
was
like New Super Mario Bros. Wii. The Wii
it
Shop
was the
channel
first
music.
it was the first
Need I say more?
Yeah.
four player Mario game.
Check
Hmm.
Me Out channel.
The
Who
Check Me Out
remembers that?
channel.
The
The
Weather
Everybody
Channel.
Votes
The
channel.
Weather channel.
Need I say more?
Come on, guys.
Logging on and having a letter from me or like the news channel every day in your
Smash,
mailbox.
dude. Smash Brothers Brawl. The first Smash Brothers game I ever had. I love Smash Brothers Brawl.
Oh my god, I remember you used to come over to my house and I remember when you first discovered Smash Bros. Brawl, you like told me all about it. And like you were just so excited
I
about it.
was so excited for it. It was so cool. I think
Yeah.
I still will
You
never
thought it was
forget
the
when
coolest shit ever.
I still will never forget like playing through the subspace emissary and then having Rayquaza come out of the water and I had to fight Rayquaza. I was so freaking excited, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
nothing will beat Super Smash Brothers Brawl
Mhm.
like theme music. You know,
Yeah, the intro music.
like that song. That's still used in like today's memes. Like people
I
like
know, yeah, because it's so good.
most people do like the like Smash Bros. Ultimate like a new challenger approaches, but they still use like the brawl
Yeah.
Yeah.
like new
Well,
like
I think
character like da da
I
da
sent you
da.
I think I sent you a TikTok recently, Brennan, of it was the Smash Brothers Brawl opening, but it
Yeah,
had ultimate
I
footage in
watched
it.
that this morning.
Yeah, exactly. I'll send it to you,
Oh, and then
Don.
don't even get me started on the chills I would get when you load up the game and it would play like that intro of
Mhm.
all the characters,
Oh yeah.
and then it would cut to that picture of all of them with the sunset, and it was like Super Smash Brother.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Controversial take though, Melee's opening is way better, in my opinion.
I think
Yeah,
Because
that's
it's
pretty
like
controversial.
it's an actual CGI cutscene that is like original.
the CGI cutscenes in Brawl's opening are original. They just were also used in another game.
Yeah, but they're all in Subspace Emissary.
Okay. We're not talking about Smash Brothers. We're talking about consoles. I'm changing the subject.
I had to put that out there because it was gonna
Oh,
bug me if I
Donovan,
didn't
look
say
what you
something.
did. You made my screen. Okay,
All
we're
right,
back.
back to the matters at hand.
Back to matters at hand. Donovan, I know you said that we shouldn't take into consideration backwards compatibility, but hear me out. The Wii can play NES games, SNES games, N64 games, GameCube games, and Wii games.
Right. That's a lot of points in its favor. I won't
A lot of
lie.
points in its favor, I think. Mario Party 9. No, we're not talking about that Mario Party 9.
And like we take that we took that for granted, like with the 3DS and Wii U, but like that was the first time that Virtual Console was a thing, and so that was like so
Yeah.
exciting. I bet
It
when that
was.
came out. I mean, I was
Yeah,
too
exactly.
young to like remember it. But it
Exactly.
was probably super exciting.
I think all of this is leading to me saying I think we should potentially be an S tier.
I'm cool with it.
Dude, I remember I was like 5 years old, and we went over to my uncle. We and we. That's it. That's the end of the statement.
All right, and
No,
we
went over to my uncle and aunt's house, and they had Virtual Console Castlevania on their Wii, and my mom like freaked out, and she was like, "Oh my god, you can play Castlevania on the Wii? That's awesome!"
Exactly, and that's the sole reason why the Wii is S tier, because you can play Castlevania on it. Exactly.
And Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest.
Exactly. That being said, should the Wii be above or below the GameCube?
I don't know.
Below.
Oh no. All right, below. All right, moving on to the 3DS. The 3DS. This might actually be my favorite. This might actually be my favorite handheld console that Nintendo's ever made.
I agree with that. The 3DS has so much fun. They had Miiverse, they had Virtual Console, they had Face Raiders, they had Photo app, they had sound, they had a lot of shit.
I thought it said Miiverse. I thought he said Beavers. So he's like, they have Beavers?
They have Beavers.
They had Beavers, dude.
They had
Skylanders Giants on that.
Yeah, why the fuck did they release Skylanders games for the 3DS?
I don't know.
You have to bring the fucking portal with you everywhere. It's not a fucking handheld at that point. It's like you have to go out of your way, but whatever. Yeah, no, man, I love the 3DS. Super Mario 3D Land. The best game on the console, obviously.
Yeah, dude.
The Kirby
Actually,
games.
I do like that game.
I like that game. I like that game. Kirby Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot.
Yeah. XY,
Zelda,
Sun Moon,
Zelda,
Sapphire,
Link Between Worlds, Brennen.
Omega.
That was such a good game.
It was. I mean, I haven't played through all of it, but it looks really good.
Oh, dude. What was it called? Triforce Heroes.
Triforce Heroes. Dude, I didn't play Triforce Heroes in its heyday.
Majora's Mask 3D.
And Ocarina of Time 3D, yeah.
Okay, but
I still have more fun with the original than I do with the 3D version.
But Brennen, you forgot about Triforce Heroes.
Donovan, I'm convinced that Triforce Heroes is Donovan's favorite Zelda game.
I think so. I need to get a big poster and just put it up.
I have to admit that it was a fun game and pretty good, but if that's your favorite Zelda game, you need help.
I'm gonna Google Triforce Heroes.
Triforce Heroes isn't even like, I don't even think it's in the timeline, right? It's like not even canon.
It's not in the timeline.
I'm pretty sure they made it just so they could have a Zelda game that year.
I think they made it just like a multiplayer.
It's a good one, so fuck you.
See, I'm not gonna argue with you about that. What other games did they have that I really liked?
You're not gonna argue about him saying fuck you.
No, I'm not gonna argue. Pokemon X and Y, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
Oh, dude,
are you
the
kidding
Pokemon
me?
games that Mega Evolution. Oh my god.
Oh my god, dude. Oh,
Dude,
what other game?
Sun and Moon.
Sun and Moon, Paper Mario
Sun and
Sticker Star, Chibi
Shut
Robo
up.
Ziplash,
Stop talking.
Shut up.
Stop talking.
Shut
Stop
up.
talking.
We don't
Pilot
talk about
Wings
Paper
Resort.
We were on such a good roll.
No, I had to
Until
break.
you
I had to
started
break it.
talking.
I have to play devil's advocate. I have to bring up the bad parts of the 3DS.
We
Okay.
don't
The
talk
bad
about
parts
Paper
do not
Mario's
take away from
Sticker
the
Star.
good parts.
I liked Paper Mario Sticker Star. Okay.
It sucked.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I
no,
did.
you didn't.
I didn't
No,
hate
you
it like everyone else. I played
But
it.
you didn't like it. You were just like, okay.
You didn't
You
like
just like,
it.
this exists, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing like
Let's
I
just
definitely
say-
don't.
Let's just
Love
say,
it.
Antonio, after I played
Okay,
the
wait.
game, I understand why Sugar Conroy fucking hated it.
Hold up,
Yeah.
guys. I could buy this right now.
Fucking buy it right now. You won't. Wait, how much is it?
You're right. No, you're right.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
I won't do.
If you wanted to prove
Add it to wish list.
your loyalty to the game, you would, but you're not loyal to it. So.
Hey,
No,
Hey.
I'm gonna buy
Hey.
a Skylanders Giant poster.
hey,
actually.
fuck you! I'm the loyalty one here. You see that fucking Twilight Princess fucking poster
Brennan,
I got
if you're
right
if
there?
you're so
But-
loyal to Zelda,
But
go
Brennen,
get a
but
Triforce
Brennen,
Hero.
Have you ever seen my awesome Breath of the Wild metallic poster? Look at that shit.
That's freaking sick.
Oh,
Brennan-
okay.
Brennan's like, do not argue with me. Who's the bigger Zelda fan?
I got a
I'm the
wooden
bigger Zelda fan.
wooden
Look at
carven
that.
fucking
Look at
Master
that.
Sword, Dark Link Master Sword, Link,
Oh,
Ocarina
yeah?
of Time Link,
Oh, yeah?
holographic picture, two
Oh.
Breath of the Wild things. Skyward
have-
Sword right there.
I have nothing Zelda related in my room.
Two more Zelda posters over there.
I literally have nothing I can pull out.
Zelda
Oh, yeah,
thing up
Brennen?
there.
Well, who dressed up as Link for Halloween 2 years in a row?
Oh, I'm sorry that I'm a fat kid and couldn't cosplay Link, you hypocrite.
All right, we're
Who
getting
has that? Not you.
dude. I don't.
Not-
This isn't a Nintendo console tier list anymore. This is just a.
That's it. Where's my Zelda? Where's my fucking 4 Zelda collector's edition?
So- So
Oh my god.
The
that
3DS.
is true. I can't beat that.
the 3DS
S tier, move on.
S tier. All right. I
S tier.
agree. It's an S tier console. All right.
It's an S tier. It's got so many things to do on it. It's probably the Nintendo console that has the most things to do on it.
Where's my Zelda?
Potentially, yeah. All right, guys. We had to get there eventually. We've made it to the Wii U.
Is it bad that the only thing I like about the Wii U was Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD?
Is it bad that you never owned a Wii U? So shut up. No, I'm just
You
kidding.
can't, okay, you cannot speak on this one, Brennan. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, Brennan, you can give your take, but me and Donovan do have some authority here, and you cannot argue that.
What, you guys like the Wii U?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
got a
love
lot
the
of
Wii
good
U.
games on it. I will defend the Wii U. It's
I
got a
will
lot of
also
good games.
defend the Wii U.
All right.
Is it?
I guess.
Was it
I
a
guess.
huge
I
commercial
guess. I
failure?
guess.
Yes. What?
I guess. I never did get to play that much of it. So I
We
will-
were Antonio and I were literally playing the Wii U today.
This very day.
Yeah.
If that doesn't speak volumes, I don't know what does.
I mean, it had Miiverse on it. It's
did
got Nintendo Land, which is still one of my favorite multiplayer
I
local
remember
games.
Miiverse. I like Miiverse. That was fun.
Yeah, it had Mario Maker. It
Mario
started
Maker, dude.
Splatoon.
Splatoon. Technically, guys, let's be fair here. It has Breath of the Wild on it.
And Mario Kart 8.
And Mario Kart,
They
the
both
original
got
Mario
the
Kart 8.
support on the Wii U.
Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Country Tropical Freeze.
I feel like people are gonna forget in a couple years that like all these games started on the Wii U and did not start on the Switch.
That is
originally.
Exactly. And I
They've all been
will
ported
admit,
now.
I am incredibly biased because I think as much as I really wanted a Wii, I really wanted a Wii U. And when I
Yeah,
got
and
one, I was so excited.
the problem with the Wii U, to me, the biggest problem is that at some point they just stopped trying. Like
Yes.
they decided like, oh, we're not gonna make a big original. Oh, I guess no, they did make a big original 3D Mario game. My bad. But like they didn't
Well,
make a big original Animal Crossing.
mhm.
They kind of like half-assed the Star Fox
Oh,
game.
yeah.
Like,
But it has Super Luigi U on.
It does have Super Luigi U
it does have
and
that.
Zombie U. No,
I think if they were just consistent with like the quality of the games like throughout its entire life, I think it would be a lot higher for me. But I'm gonna
the
put it at B tier
the
personally.
last couple years of the Wii U were very bad.
Yeah, but the first couple were
But
very
the
good.
first like 2 or 3 years, and need I say, and we literally were playing Pikmin 3 earlier, which is I think the best Pikmin game. Um,
It's my
And even
favorite.
in those last few years, they were like good games because they saw like Mario Maker and Splatoon come out.
that's true.
So
That's true. Um, honestly, I would put it in A tier, but I think I'm just biased, so I feel like B is probably more favorite.
I definitely would not put it in A tier. I'd put it in B.
Okay, can it be high B though?
Oh,
Sure.
definitely.
Okay. Maybe above the DS?
No,
Below the DS? I don't know.
Below the
below the
DS.
DS.
Okay, fine. Below the DS. Below the DS. That's fine. I will take that. All right, we've made it to the last console here. The current console, still technically, being supported. The Switch,
The Nintendo bit.
the Nintendo bitch. As much as that image I have for it is really bad, because you can barely tell that it's a Switch. It is.
It just kind of looks
It's
like a
just a
screen.
screen.
I
Yeah, it
know.
looks like an
It just
iPhone.
looks like if you told me that was just like a weird TV, I'd believe you.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so the Switch is like my primary console right now. So like I love it. He's got it right there.
There's the Switch.
I'm there's mine right here.
I don't have mine on me right now.
I was playing Picross S3, as you
Nice.
can see.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I feel like Picross alone makes this console the best. um, no, I love the Switch. I just wish it had more personality. You know?
That's the biggest problem with the Switch for me is that it doesn't really have that Nintendo charm. It
No.
just feels like a corporate product.
Yeah. The games are really good, and they have the Nintendo charm, but the
The
console
game,
itself,
you're right about that. The games definitely still have the Nintendo charm, but the console itself does not.
I think Super Mario Odyssey might still be my favorite Mario game of all time. I don't know if I've ever said that.
I've never heard you say that. That's news to me, but it's definitely up there in like my top three for me. So
I've just been I've thought about it, and I really like Mario Odyssey.
I really like Mario.
I was putting the Switch back in the dock.
No, I
I
know.
really like it.
I thought it was funny.
What,
What about you, Brennan? What do you think?
Brennan? How was holding that there for like 20 seconds?
It was good.
Cool.
I
Yeah,
kept
Switch
saying
good
I
or
kept
Switch
I kept
bad?
saying fuck you, Donovan, and then I realized I was muted.
Yeah,
Switch good or Switch bad?
yeah. Switch good, switch
It was
bad.
good.
All
I
right.
love the
Oh,
Switch.
good.
See, but here's the thing. I don't
I still
actually know
love
where I
the
put
Switch
it.
though.
What?
This is definitely the hardest one to rank for me because it's still going.
Yeah,
But
like
it has Switch at this point has like I feel like a quality first party title for um like every single series, and it has a lot of really good third party and indie stuff too,
that is
which is like
true.
something that you can't say about a lot of other Nintendo consoles.
I would argue it's might potentially be the best console of this generation as of right now. Like, if you
Yeah,
compare it to the PS5 and the Xbox, like, granted, I don't keep up with news for them, so maybe kind of like, I'm out of line saying that, but like,
I think that's an unfair comparison at this point, though. Like it will be in a
yeah,
few years once they're done, but like
yeah,
at this point, the Switch came out like 3 years before those other two consoles, so it's not a fair comparison. I don't feel.
that's true. That's true. But it does like you said, like every main Nintendo franchise, it has like a
Antonio's
really
just
good.
like Nintendo top tier.
Yeah, exactly. All of these are S tier. I'm a Nintendo guy, you know.
Except for even Virtual Boy,
Even Virtual Boy. No,
even Game Boy.
I'm just trying to think like pretty much every game I have on the Switch is like a really good game. Even
What
da-
what
and
bad games? What bad games have they had? Like some of the Mario sports games are kind of like
the Mario sports games
half-assed.
are pretty bad, or like not that great.
Mario
That's
Golf.
the thing. That's the thing is that is, I mean, okay, I'm about to go on like a Mario sports rant for just a
Soapbox.
second. Just allow me to do this. They don't put enough effort into those games because like they'll show the trailer and then I'll be like, "Oh, that looks good. I want to get that." And then like the game actually comes out and it seems like they just like put the minimum amount of effort into it.
Well,
It's
especially when you look at the
frustrating.
older Mario sports games, they look so much more fun.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
I wouldn't
But
know though because I don't think I've ever played a Mario sports game.
But I will say that they're still better than a lot of the Mario sports games during like the 3DS and Wii U era.
Hmm. And I still I now here's the thing. The thing about the Switch is like it's a handheld home like hybrid console, right? And
Mm.
everyone talks about like, oh, it's so great how it's portable. But I feel like what doesn't get talked about as much is how easily transportable it is. Like not like portable like you can carry it, but like packing it up and like bringing it to a
Mm.
friend's house is so simple. You know what I mean?
It is
Yeah.
like it's so easy, especially because like you can get the case of just like this to put all your
Hmm.
games and the main part of the console in, which is the screen and the Joy Cons,
Hmm.
and then all you have left to bring is just a little fucking plastic thing that you plug a power cord and an HDMI cable in, and you're
Yeah.
fucking good to go. Like
Hmm.
Hmm.
like literally, it's like
'Cause-
the size of the fucking Switch,
yeah.
compared to like the size of the PS4.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh
It's
shit,
like
Donovan
the
left.
oh,
Oh, his phone
Donovan
probably died. Fuck.
inside.
Damn it. Well, yeah.
Gather around the campfire and sing.
But I agree though. But because the thing about the Switch is that if you think about it, sorry, I'm gonna keep talking even though Donovan's not here. Um, this is the whole console, right?
Yeah,
So this is like so easily to like, and especially like if you're going over to a friend's house and they already have a dock, you don't even need to bring your dock and stuff. You can just bring the Switch
yeah.
and plop it in, and you can play any of the games that you have on your Switch at their house, and it's freaking awesome. Donovan, are you back?
I'm back. My phone died, so I'm on my computer, and I'm not going to turn on my camera because it's just going to cause me problems.
Okay, so the last part of this video, Donovan will just be audible.
Yeah,
As part of this video,
I
Donovan
love
will
when
just
people
be
not-
baby vision.
Baby
That would be-
vision, yes. Um,
What were you guys talking about with the Switch?
so with the Switch, this is the whole console, which is awesome because it makes it just so easy to transport. But we already kind of
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. And even if you're bringing the dock and like the wires, it's still easy to transport.
exactly.
Because it's small,
Yeah,
so you can like,
exactly.
fit in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
one
don't know
thing
what it-
about the Switch that is different to me than the other Nintendo consoles on the list, and that like brings it down for me from S tier to A tier, is that it feels, and I already said this, it feels more like a corporate product than any other Nintendo console, in the sense that like the home screen, you can't do shit with it. Like a lot of the games, like especially the Mario sports games, like feel half-assed, and then they released like free DLC afterwards, and then it's, I don't know, it's just frustrating because it feels like they kind of have been like just like going through the motions almost with a lot of the stuff that they've been releasing on the Switch. Like, oh, we need another Mario soccer game. because, well, that's a bad example. We need another like Mario Tennis game because there's a Mario Tennis game on every console. So make this one and like kind of half-ass it. Who cares?
Mhm.
It
And-
feels like they wouldn't have done that with like prior consoles as much.
Yeah. Yeah, I will agree with you on that. I feel like Nintendo has kind of gotten to the point where like they'd rather like get up their numbers of like selling consoles rather than like making like games that are going to be loved for like generations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think
That's not
that's what's
always true.
different. That's what's different about the Switch for us specifically is that like we can see like the more like political side of it, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Apologize.
Where like when we were when the
I just
Wii
realized
came
we were
out,
talking about that earlier, Antonio, and I have a GameCube controller for my Switch.
Yeah, yeah.
it's like when we were kids, like it didn't matter if there were problems because we just so easily looked past them. But like with the
That's-
Switch, they're like the problems and the issues with it like really stick with me more.
That's very true. Yeah, because like I'm not I like the Switch, but I'm not nostalgic for it. So like it's very easy for me to like see the issues it has.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. Probably B then, I guess.
I'd
Or
still
A.
put it in A.
I would say
Because I still think there's like nothing can like I think it's the console that I've been the most excited for. Like I remember when it came out and Breath of the Wild came out, like that is the most excited I've ever been to play a game, I think.
That's fair. I guess for me it's like I didn't get a Switch like until like 3 years later, so it was less like the hype. Like I still had hype, but like it wasn't built up as much, I guess.
Yeah, I have nostalgia for like the first year of the Switch and that's about it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Mario, like I said, Mario Odyssey is still really good. I'll put it in A.
Okay. A sounds fair.
I think A is fair. Well, what do you guys think?
Maybe it'll get bumped up to an S by the end of its lifespan.
S for Switch.
S for Switch.
S for Switch.
Oh my god, you're right. Move it right now.
We gotta move it right now. All right. So I guess this is our final ranking. It's very. I mean, if it says anything about Nintendo's quality overall, I think like most of everything is to the top of the list. So that's says a lot, right?
Pretty cool.
Overall, final verdict: Nintendo good.
Except N64 is definitely C tier. Brennen.
If Brennen wasn't here, it would be C tier.
It would be in C tier.
I still, and DS would be C tier too.
Oh, okay. Well,
What? There's no point in it. What you literally said yourself, Antonio, that if you have a Game Boy Advance and a 3DS, the DS does not need to exist.
Thank you for watching this.
Picture chat.
Thank you for watching this episode of Chit Chats.
This is some bullshit.
I love you all.
You two sit there and just casually talk shit about my fucking childhood console, and the second I bring up about yours, you're like, okay, buddy.
Guys,
I feel like we always fight on these tier list episodes at the end.
It's been fun. We're gonna see you guys later. Thank you all for watching.
Yeah, we gotta end this episode. Mom and Dad are fighting.
We gotta end this episode before Brennen comes to my house and kicks my ass.
Yeah, and my ass.
Because as we know, if I end the episode, he won't do it. But if I keep it going, he will.
Yep, here I come.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
This episode's about to end, and we're just gonna completely forget about this whole conversation.
Yeah, exactly. This experience, it's a one and done.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well, in that case, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, no, I can't do the chit chat stance.
It's okay.
But I'm doing it right now.
It's okay. Brennen will do it for you, right, Brennen?
Brennen, do it.
Yeah.